Come on up here, sir. Really struggling. I'm gonna borrow you. Grab a chair. Grab that chair and bring it up. You need to grab your chair too, okay? Because I'm here to sit up here with me. Just bring it right over here. Your name is Scott?
Scott.
Yeah, nice to meet you. And how long have you been a distributor?
4.5 years.
4.5 years, and what's your rank? Doesn't matter, it's okay. What is it?
It was bronze.
Okay, was it bronze? And last week you got paid at? Didn't get paid. Perfect, have a chair. Now here's the deal, folks. This is what I know to be true. I know the vast majority of people who enroll in a network marketing company, any network marketing company, never sponsor one person. I also know that the huge majority of people who enroll remain active for fewer than 90 days. That's the truth. That's the real deal. Now, what I've learned over the course of my career is that if we can have that, and I thank you so much for being here, and I thank you for being willing to raise your hand. I mean, I think it's a great, it is a compliment to Scott that for 5 years he's been willing to hang in there. He hasn't made any money yet. Here he still is. And it takes a little bit of courage to say, hey, I'm going to that space. These things I'm going to teach, there are some people, I mean, my guess is that Kathleen and Tina, these guys have become black diamonds, they probably could succeed in whatever they chose to do. The real deal is this: if we can help those people who are not succeeding at all, if we can help those people who are cycling in and out of our business, if we can plug the hole in the bucket, bring people into the business and plug the hole in the bucket, because they're not staying stuck at star 1000 and they're not failing to get paid at any level. I mean, if we can cause just a little bit of productivity at that level, I cannot tell you what the difference in outcome is on the top end. And once it's Scott, correct? Once Scott begins to have just a measure of success, the things that I'll now go through, that I believe give him the capacity to start to succeed a little, once one starts to succeed a little, then who knows, just might start to succeed a lot. It's about getting off this point of complete lack of productivity that exists right now. So have you been through any of my stuff, Scott?
I've listened to your CDs.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend right now that I was Scott's sponsor. And as we go through this, now you've been at this for 5 years. You've had all your various struggles. If I say something, I mean, don't just get swept along here. If I say something that just sounds like crap to you, say, Randy, that sounds like crap to me. You can use whatever you want. I'm okay with it. Okay? But if I say something that doesn't sound real, if I say something, no, Randy, that's not right, that's not going to fly, then stop me. We'll talk about it, okay? Here's the deal. The next time first of all, this is not available today. It'll be available on this January 5th. And what it is, I've seen all the new stuff. There are some really great things coming in addition to this I'm really excited about. But, Scott, here's what I want you to do. I want you to recognize, first of all, here we have Scott. Scott has made no money, right? How empowering can it be? When he goes and talks to a prospect, he's been at this for 5 years. Isn't it logical the prospect's going to say, Scott, how is it working for you? Right? I mean, isn't that logical? How long have you been doing this, Scott? For 5 years? Hey, how much money are you making? The first thing that we have to do is we've got to take the pressure off you of being the voice of authority. Scott cannot be the voice of authority. And you know what? Any of you who today are not yet making money, you cannot be the voice of authority. Now, Kathleen and Tina, they can be the voice of authority if they want, but they shouldn't be. Because if they are the voice of authority, it means they've got a job. It means that if they're not there to be the voice, that the income wheel will stop turning. So the first thing, for any of you who are not right now generating a meaningful income, I want you to know that it will never work. That's right, because if he says this is a bunch of crap, we want it to be amplified. We don't want there to be any... Nobody out there saying, what did he say? What did he say? I really appreciate that.
Does it come out of the rear end of the cow?
I'm sorry. So here's the deal. The first thing we have to recognize is that Scott cannot be the voice of authority. And the vast majority of you out there should not be the voice of authority right now. It's not going to work for you. It's already not working for you. I'm willing to bet. And so, Scott, here's what I want you to do. The next time you enroll somebody, and I believe you will enroll somebody if we go through this process, then I would like for you to be willing to give them this assignment. Now, part of the tool will not do it. Scott's still going to have to develop some skills. And he's going to need to be scripted. He's going to need to be scripted. And everything that I do is kind of about being scripted. So the very next time you enroll somebody, and you will enroll somebody, I want you to say something very much like this. I met this fella who was on the CD, and he described to me a proven, predictable pattern of activities. That's what's on the CD. And so my request of you is to listen to the CD as you go through the workbook. And when you get through each step, at step number 1, I want you to push pause and make a few notes in the margin. At step 2, push pause and make a few notes in the margin. Do that all the way through steps 1 through 10. Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay, and very candidly, tell me the truth. Could you imagine yourself giving that assignment to the next person?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Now here's the key, folks. Every step of the way, yes, I can do that, and it would be easy. Then I can go forward. If no, Randy, that's not going to fly for me. We've got to talk about it. Yes, I can do that, and that would be easy. And so that is the first thing, to give the assignment, to let the tool talk, take the pressure off you. It is about a process. It is not about you. Now, when you get back together with this individual, by the way, you make the appointment, or you make the assignment, and having made the assignment, then Scott, what I want you to do is I want you to get back together within 48 hours. Your role as a responsible sponsor is then to get back together and to listen to the CD and go through the workbook with your new member. You do that?
Yes.
Okay, you're willing to, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now, when you get back together, here's what I want you to do. I want you to listen together to even the preamble. And in the preamble, what will Scott learn? See, Scott needs to learn this right now. He needs to learn that whether or not he believes it right now, I believe that he's got the talent to succeed in magnificent fashion. Now, I choose my words perfectly. Notice I didn't say I think he's got the talent to struggle and struggle and struggle. That I think he's got the talent to succeed in magnificent fashion. That's the good news. The bad news is that talent doesn't make any money in our business. I'm really certain that Scott's been a star 1,000 for 5 years and he's struggling at this level, that we're going to have to take some of those talents and refine them into skills. And every time that happens, that implies work. And so what's going to be required is some willingness. And Scott will get to prove every step of the way whether or not he's willing to refine those talents into skills. I think it'll be a painless process for him. We'll see as we go along. Okay, so now, we get back together. And what we'll do is push play. So now it's you and your new member. You push play, and you listen to step number 1. And after listening to step number 1, you pause, and you say, I ask that you write down a few notes at the end of step number 1. What did you write down? That's your role. That's what you guys have to do. Could you all do that? Yeah. That'd be pretty easy, wouldn't it? Yeah. Now, at step number 1, it's entirely possible that your new person has not enrolled when they're reviewing this. I said your new distributor, but you'll see as we go through the process that quite frequently a person receives this in advance of enrollment. They don't always receive it at the time of enrollment, often in advance. And so now you simply ask, have you already self-enrolled? If the answer is yes, you push play and move on to step 2. If the answer is no, then what do we do? If the answer is no, then your first role as a sponsor now is to get online, go into the back office, show them how to do an enrollment. Do his enrollment or her enrollment for her. And in so doing, you're teaching them how to enroll their first person. You do that?